Right, so let's talk about the relaxed feeling at work. Wouldn't that be lovely? Right. So when I was presenting at the ABMA conference this year, I asked the question in the beginning, how often do you feel relaxed and on top of your workload? And, I was looking at 10%, like I was looking at 50%, 80% of the time. And what I got back was that on top of the workload, maybe sometimes, relaxed, never. And you know what? That is insane. But I see it all over and over again. I see it on all the posts, like I see it in lots of posts on Facebook, and I see it because we have wellness conferences for doctors and veterinarians and nurses. I see that this is a reality, that we might feel like we're getting somewhere in the day, but we can't be relaxed. We can't allow ourselves to be relaxed. We don't allow ourselves to be relaxed, because that's what it is. We have the thought that we need to run. It's like, this is our belief system. This is how this needs to work. If you don't carry this belief system, if you don't carry this belief system, this is not how you operate. And yes, I know absolutely that medicine is challenging and can be very, very stressful. And two people can be in the same stressful situation, and one of them is going to be very stressed and the other one is going to be less stressed. And the situation is the same because they have a different mindset, a different moment in time of how they perceive the situation, how they feel in themselves, and how they can deal with it. And that is mind-based. So one of the things that is really effective is looking at your mental state, your mindset. And to do that, you need to first find out what your mindset is. Like, what are your basic belief systems? What are the things that drive you? And you can find this out by doing the work. You can find all of these things out by judging other people. It's a very, very counterintuitive way of doing it. And you judge other people, and then you look at the truth in your judgments. And bit by bit, you get to know what are your basic assumptions that you operate under. And it's very powerful. It's almost basically like a brainwash. Well, it's not a brainwash, it's a mind wash. And I know this has got very negative connotations, but think about it. Like, we wash our body all the time. Like, how often do people wash their hands nowadays with COVID, right? You want to keep clean because that is a healthy way to be, right? So why don't you keep your mind clean? And this is the dirt of the mind, is the negativity that we carry from one day to the next. It's the thoughts that keep us running. It's the negative judgments on the world and other people, on our work situation, on our family, on ourselves. This is detritus that's stuck in our thinking, and that colors the way we see the world. So one of the tools, of course, is meditation. Sitting down and being calm and starting to look at those thoughts, like experiencing the racing of those thoughts. So while we look at them, they actually do slow down. But this is difficult. It's really difficult to start off with. And another thing is to put awareness on the breath and do like breath work. So that's a little bit easier than just sitting in meditation, because you get to pay attention to something that you do, like breathe in different ways. But it will also help you to clean your mind to an extent. And then the work of Byron Katie. This is the same process I take all my leaders work clients through. That's a real in-depth cleaning, because you look at each thought and you interact with it until you understand it. And at that point, it doesn't have the same amount of power over you anymore. It's taking it and putting it to the side. And that doesn't mean your mind doesn't function anymore. On the contrary, it's functioning much better because it's not overrun. It's not confused. It's clear, sharp, in focus. The way Eckhart Tolle says it is like you start to be able to use your mind as a tool. You are no longer used by it. So if you're not feeling relaxed and on top of your workload, it's time to do something about it. And it's not time to say they need to give me more time off. They need to pass different laws. It's time for you to do something about it because that's where your power is. That's where your power is in changing your thinking. So go. So let's do it.